السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. دور المرأة في المجتمعات يخضع لجدل ونقاش طويل في دول عدة. في الجمهورية الإسلامية في إيران هذا الجدل حيوي جدا بسمائه الخاصة. لاله صديق مثال بارز على ذلك. شمخر إيران لاله صديق من الداخل. معكم زينب صفار، تابعونا. هي الإيرانية الأولى التي انتزعت موافقة الاتحاد القومي لسباق السيارات في إيران ليسمح لها بالتنافس أمام متسابقين رجال في سباق السيارات، وهي الأولى التي حققت الفوز بالبطولة على المستوى القومي عام 2005. هي ملكة السرعة في إيران الفاتنة لاله صديق. لاله الملقبة بشمخر إيران تربعت على عرش المرتبة الأولى في سباق السيارات على مستوى الشرق الأوسط والمرتبة الثالثة على مستوى العالم. هي عاشقة السرعة منذ صغرها، فهي لا تحب سرعة القيادة فحسب، لكنها أيضا تستمتع بالتحدي في المنافسة. المخرج والمنتج الإيراني الأمريكي أسد الله نكنجاد أيضا نجح بإقناع الحكومة الإيرانية بالموافقة على تمويل فيلم اسمه لاله عن سيرة حياة لاله صديق، ويشارك أبطال إيرانيون وأتراك في هذا الإنتاج السينمائي الضخم. لاله أو الزنبقة بالعربية هي النجمة التي لا تقهر في رياضة سباق السيارات. كيف تصف تحديات ممارسة رياضة سباق السيارات في الجمهورية الإسلامية في إيران، والتحدي الأكبر بالفوز باللقب ومنافسة فريق من الرجال وقيادته لاحقاً؟ وكيف تنسق بين عملها وهوايتها والمحافظة على البطولة وحياتها اليومية؟ وماذا عن العمل السينمائي الضخم الذي سيؤرخ إنجازاتها، وعن كل الجدل الذي أثير حول ميزانيته؟ Iran's top female race car driver. They refer to you as Iranian Schumacher, Iran's speed queen, race car champion, Dr. Laila Sadiq. Welcome to the Inside.
Thank you very much.
We are so happy and it's a pleasure to host you on Al Mayadeen TV.
Thank you so much, and you're most welcome to Iran.
Thank you, my dear. Now, Laila, when did your passion for cars, not racing cars, but for cars start? So
right.
as that you went on the track of racing cars.
Actually, I started driving when I was 13 years old. My father used to teach me how to drive with a kind of automatic car, because I was so young to drive with a manual car. So I started driving at that age, and driving became very much interesting for me at the age of 18, when I became able to get my driving license. Yeah.
It became a passion that you wanted to, but I mean, here we all drive our cars, but to become a race car driver, this is something, challenging and interesting, especially here in Iran.
Yeah.
For a woman.
And that's right, you are so right. And I love to have a challenge and to show my ability in different fields. And driving is a kind of a skill that most people believe that male drivers would be better drivers than female. And I think for this challenge I became a race driver.
Yes.
From 12 years ago I started with rally competitions, and then I changed my field to go-kart. These are small carts. All of the professional drivers start with the go-karts to get into the race competitions. And then after that I shift to the race car.
Yes, now what are the assets, Lale, of being a female race car driver or rally driver?
there's a lots of challenges for the female drivers here. For example, male drivers have their own استقلال چی میشد؟
Independence.
Independency of money and job. It means that they can spend as much as they can. But most of the females here, even they don't have any job, they don't earn any money from anywhere. They may ask money from their father, from their brother, from their husband, you know. And so they cannot spend money on a race car for the practicing. And as you may know, this is one of the most expensive sports.
Sure. No. You need very good cars with good engines,
with good
the
team,
best engines, and the training and the skills. Yes.
And you have to upgrade your car, all of the race parts, you know. And this is, I think, in my idea, this is the most important issue right now, because society is getting better, and it believes that female drivers can be a good drivers here. But there is one more important reason in my mind, which is females mostly prefer to do some more smooth sports.
Yes.
You know, for example,
this is the issue here. That why didn't you go, for example, for volleyball or perhaps any other type of sport, but not race car driving? I mean, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous, and you know, in other sports, female won't compete against males.
Sure,
it's not really a competitive sport. It's not challenging, you know. There is two kinds of a sport in Iran which females compete against males. One of them is
the race car driving,
yes. Motor sport, and the other one is horse riding and horse jumping. First, motor sport became a sport which both kinds of female and male compete against, and then horse jumping became this kind of sport here.
Yes. What about the assets of becoming a female race car driver? I mean, the good points here, what are they? Are there any good points or only challenges?
Good points, you mean?
How lucky are you becoming a race car driver?
The way you are thinking about your challenge here. I mean, it depends on the way you are thinking. It's better to say that.
Is it the issue of becoming...
There is no advantages for becoming a race driver here as a female driver.
Maybe being famous, for example, maybe attracting the attention of others.
If you are following to being famous, it's better to be like a superstar, to be an artist. Than a race car driver.
Yeah. And we all know that, لاله, that also your field of study is something, also the major is a very challenging major, which is something industrial.
Yeah, industrial production.
Industrial production, and your PhD is in industrial production. How can you, لاله, here, you're a very beautiful woman, and you are a legendary race car driver here in Iran and across the area also. And you have a very nice competitive profession. How do you coordinate all these together? Which is more important to لاله as a woman?
For me, my sport. But for my dad, of course, education.
Yes, education.
That was a kind of prize for me. If I get a good score, then I can drive.
Okay.
You know, it was like this.
Yes, it was a condition. You do this,
we were dealing.
We
were dealing together.
So to you, it's your sports.
Yeah.
Tell me about the difficulties that you face as a woman.
I would like to add some points here.
Please do.
You know, when you're educating, you get some direct and short ways to achieve your objectives. To get your aims, you know. I mean, you can improve your logical way of thinking when you're educating. You can get the sharp points, you know, and make quick decisions, and of course the right ones.
Do you have a daily job? Do you go to your work every day?
Yeah.
How often do you practice?
For my race.
For the race, yes.
There is a different kind of problems here which limited the practices. So I can say maybe like 3 to 7 times per month I can practice.
Okay.
And I'm practicing in different kind of skills, like in go-kart, I'm going to do some off-road with four-wheel drive cars, and also I'm doing some races. I mean practice for the race.
Yes.
And newly I get into the drift field. Yeah, so I found it much more interesting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, of course, you've taken part in lots of race car competitions across the Middle East. Where did you go to exactly? And
I've been to
what
BIC.
was your impression?
Yeah, I used to drive in BIC, Bahrain International Circuit.
Yes.
For a year competition. It was like each month and a half there was one competition, and it was against male drivers also in a Formula BMW. Also, I used to drive in Autodrome, which is in Dubai, and these are both are the nice racetracks in Middle East. Yeah, so it was a very good experience for me. I became really upgraded the skill.
And how did the others deal with the fact that you're a woman coming from Iran to race against them?
They do have the same kind of culture. So
yes, true.
Yeah, they were like
they didn't
shocking, and they didn't take me serious at the beginning.
Yes,
but when I was on a podium, so it was
matters were different, of course. Now, لاله, we're going to stop for a short break, and then when we come back, we will talk a bit about the difficulties that you face as a woman on the race track. من الداخل سيعود بعد هذا الفاصل، لا تذهبوا بعيدا. بطلة إيران في سباق السيارات لاله صديق كيف تصف المصاعب التي تواجهها كامرأة شغوفة باحتراف رياضة السرعة هذه، وخصوصا أنه ميدان متعارف عليه على أنه ذكوري.
I do believe that this is a little bit muscular field, but not totally. Because the most important point is how you use your mind and how you can take short, how you can take a decision, the right one, in a shortest time, and you react.
Can you tell us about an incident that happened with you, perhaps on the racetrack or before going into the competition, when somebody tried to tease you with something as a woman or whatever? These things usually happen. It happens with everyone.
Exactly.
Every
this
woman
is the
everywhere.
competition.
Yes,
this
is the competition.
Like a week before a race, before like a national race or some kind of serious ones, all of the competitors trying to, make you angry or trying to like cut your concentration. What you need is just zoom on your aim and try to practice as much as you can and show your ability during your practicing, because when they are watching you during your practice and see that you are really serious person, you are powerful enough, you do have
they will
good
take
skills.
you serious.
Exactly, they take you serious, of course, and sometimes they afraid.
They become afraid of you.
Exactly.
Yes, of what you're going to do.
This is a very good situation for any drivers to have a good image before a race.
Don't you think, لاله, that such kind of sport would deprive you to a certain extent of your femininity? We see in front of us a very beautiful woman, a lady. Weren't you afraid? Did the people, for example, advise you that let go of this kind of sport, give it up because, you know, it become like a man or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that sentence to me, but what is most important for me is thinking about my aim and getting to it as much better as I can, and show my ability to other females, and also help them, invite them to become a person who is trusting their abilities and improve their self-confidence here, which is really needed for the females in Islamic Republic of Iran.
Yes, not only for in the Islamic Republic of Iran, but also for all women across the Middle East. It's a matter of confidence and becoming to a certain extent independent in their decisions when it comes to certain kind of skills and practices like that.
This is one kind of field that I chose, but there is some other fields here. For example, my younger sister, she is the most young manager in some kind of industrial field, and she's doing really well also, and she's very well known in her skills.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're a family of well-accomplished women in challenging fields.
From my father's idea, we became
you became
challenged.
You see, you need support from one side in order to continue on this path.
To improve it and to develop your skills and your abilities.
Of course. لاله, you said once, quote, "Resistance from men does not bother me. Once I get on the track, I like to use my technical skills, take control and dominate the other drivers." Now, how do you describe your technical skills in this sense? And you're controlling. How can you control the other drivers, especially that you are competing most of the time against men?
You have to moderate your skill and the pressure which is on the other side of you, on the opposite side, I mean. They are trying to make you angry. They are trying to, as I said, to remove your concentration or whatever. But with a good practice, with a high self-confidence, having a good team, honest ones, you know,
who trust you.
Yeah, and I have to trust them also. And having a good support from the friends, close friends of people, any drivers, I mean, it will helps you to not paying attention to other male competitors. You know, I have to do this job as much better as I can.
And you actually scored the best results actually in this field.
Thanks God.
Alhamdulillah.
Thanks God.
You. Yes. Now, Iran's Documentary and Experimental Film Center, the DEFC, has announced that US and Canadian companies are going to fund a documentary film about you, Laleh, and they will provide, as I said, the budget. First of all, tell us about this documentary and tell us about all the controversy that was around this documentary and this huge budget that was dedicated for the production of this thing.
Right. Actually, the film, which is named by Laleh, or
your name.
Yes. Or there is another name for the English side, which is Drive. If you search it, you can find it. There was a producer, the original Iranian one, but he's living in America. He came to Iran, and we make a contract together in order to write a story of my life. This part which goes to my sport and competition, and all those things happened to me during this
the different stages years of your life.
Yeah, he got permission from Vezarat Irshad.
Yes, the guidance ministry, the Ministry of Guidance.
And also they get the budget it was a good budget for this film.
But it was a very big budget. Everyone was talking about this issue that it was a very,
it was a big budget, but it wasn't the biggest budget.
Yes.
You know, it needs to be big because they have to make very good shots of the film in different parts of Iran. For the shooting, they must go to desert, they must go to the mountain roads and anywhere, you know. So it needs a big budget. But they like make 80%, 85% of the film here. And right now, the producer gets back to America to prepare the film and make it finished. And of course, there is lots of oppositions for this film here. This film is a life story of a Muslim female here who is competing against men. And also there is lots of negotiations in between senators, you know, I mean, majlis, you know.
Parliamentarians.
Yeah, parliamentary here.
Yes. So what is the most recent concerning these discussions and negotiations concerning the movie? Are we going to see the
there
movie?
was a different ideas.
Are you going to be the actress or is it going to be somebody else?
There is somebody else who is acting for my role.
Are you going to do the real shots, the stunt shots, perhaps?
Myself, you mean?
Yes.
No, I won't
Of
do
driving and whatever?
They may add some real
shots
from the
races,
race or competitions, but I don't act in any shots.
How did you like the idea of having a documentary movie with this huge budget about you?
This movie has a lot of messages for other females, especially Muslim females, and even for other people which they don't believe their abilities, they don't have a self-confidence, or they have a low degree of self-confidence. And it shows a different shots and different time of the story of any people. Sometimes you feel happy, you have a lot of energy, you are you keep going, you can compete, and sometimes you stop, maybe you sit, you think, you need to think, you need other people support you.
Sure.
You should be a member of a group to be successful.
Sure.
You won't be successful by your own.
So the team spirit here is very important. The media in the West, Laleh, and also in various other countries in the Middle East, they always attempt to show that the women in Iran, in this very dark black prism, this kind of stereotype, this kind of propaganda. How did your achievements help in breaking this image about the Iranian women?
I am one of the lots of females, successful females in Iran, in the sport field. There is a lots of successful ones in business, as a doctor, as a lawyer.
But these are, you know, regular professions when it comes to women. But you know, those race car driving and cross motorbike, you know, climbing mountains with the cross motorbike, and you know, the football players, female. This is something very unique.
Unique, yeah, that's right. I'm trying to make more these kind of people, but the situation, all of the supports from the federation, from the government, this can help also. But sadly, at this time, for the economic problems, I think, females are very less interested to join to this kind of a sport, which is really expensive.
Really expensive for them to go on
and
this
the
track.
Sponsors became less as well. At those years when I was starting race, I was trying to choose my sponsor, there were a lot of sponsors. Especially I was the only female driver. You know, the attraction was very high from the media. But right now, we don't have a live reportage from the race or from the rally. So this is really important for
this. This is a setback. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
This is a setback.
As the only and the first female drifter in Iran, and I'm so happy about that. I would like to have a message from this action, which is never is late for a start in a new field. And inshallah, I will do my best in this field as well.
We wish you the best, actually.
Thank you so
and
much.
We are so sure that you're going to be the top of the scorers.
Thank you so much, and I hope God helps me and my family, my friends support me, and I can achieve my goals in this new field again.
Hopefully. Dr. لاله صديق, Iranian Schumacher and Iran's Speed Queen, many thanks indeed for joining us on the special edition from Tehran.
Thank you so much. You are most welcome. Thanks to you and your team.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Thank you. إذا لقاء جديد في الأسبوع المقبل مع ضيف جديد وقضية جديدة ودائما من الداخل. المزيد من التواصل بريدنا بإنسايد@الميادين.net وصفحتنا على الفيسبوك من الداخل، من كل فريق عمل من الداخل من كل الميادين. شكرا جزيلا طبعا حتما إلى كل من ساهم في إنجاز هذه الحلقات من طهران، إلى مكتب طهران، إلى مدير مكتب طهران السيد علي هاشم. الشكر الكبير والجزيل، والشكر الكبير والجزيل لكم مشاهدينا الكرام على حسن المتابعة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.